Okay, here we go, boys. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Heed my words. I never lived in a haunted house, but my mother did, as a teen. Other houses on her street had strange things going on too. A few homes away from her lived a family. One night, daughter went to bed with a bad headache. The next day, she passed away from an aneurysm. wait, I need to keep on reading.
Wait.
After her
This fucking guy.
Wait.
That's pretty spooky, man.
Okay. After her funeral, the family went away to get their minds off the tragedy. And the father asked my uncle, my mom's brother, to check in on their pets. My mom and dad, who were dating at the time, went with him. My mother had heard that there was a grand piano, and she wanted to play it. My dad was studying to be a veterinarian.
What's up?
I read this story, but it makes no sense. Okay, I'll keep going. After entering the house, my uncle and my father headed to the basement to see the animals, and my mother went to the piano on the ground floor. She was playing it when she felt something brush her ankles. She thought the cat must have left the basement and walked past her. She kept playing, and then she felt it again. She looked under the piano and saw nothing. When she started again, she felt hand clasp her legs tightly. She dashed to the basement door, called my uncle and father, and waited for them. Back outside, my uncle could tell my mom was rattled and asked what was wrong. She told him what happened, and he turned white. He told her the daughter who had died used to play a game with her father. When he played the piano, she crawled underneath, grabbed his ankles, and pushed his feet up and down on the pedals. That was the scary story. That fucking story made no sense. Like, dude,
He was a veterinarian.
Like, dude, my mother had heard there was a grand piano and she wanted to play it. My dad was studying to be a veterinarian. Enter some information. At a bad moment, dude. Okay, sit around, children.
Sit around. Okay. Okay.
I'm in.
Oh,
Hey
wow.
guys.
Shh.
What up, man?
The hiker decided to go on a hike by himself, something
horror
he was
story.
not very used to. The whole day was normal. There was trees and bushes engulfed in his surroundings, and he enjoyed being outdoors in the mountains. Nothing seemed strange to him. That was until he was making his way back to the car. He figured 8 hours hike was good enough. The sky was getting dark and he needed to get back fast. Oh, what?
It's fucking.
I got a scary story.
Dude.
The sky was getting dark and he needed to get back fast. What was odd was how much he didn't recognize the trail back. He began to panic. Night had already taken over and all he had was a flashlight and no clue how to get back. He knew it was already too late and too dangerous to keep going through the perilous forest. So he began to worry he would have no shelter for the night, when luckily enough he stumbled across a broken down cabin. It was dark and it seemed no one had visited in years, but he knew it was the only place he could rest until the daylight. He knocked on the door a few times but no one answered, so he let himself in. Strange.
Oh, what I'm saying, can you go on your story?
Strangely enough, a perfect bed fitted for one person awaited him at the center of the room. He knew that if the owner came back, he could explain himself. He was sure that the owner wouldn't mind. Or maybe the owner was probably dead. So he went ahead with himself and got as comfortable in the bed, and he tried to sleep, but he couldn't ignore the collection of paintings around the room. Portraits filled the walls of people peering at him. Wearing a smile sent chills up his spine. Not too long after, his exhaustion from the hike got the best of him and he was able to ignore their faces. And the next morning he got up and was shocked to see that there were no more paintings in the room, just windows. Ooh.